When you do algebra, what you're trying to find often is what a letter stands for. So they'll often say to you, solve for y, which really means what does y equal? So let's take a look at this algebra sum here. We've got 8y minus 12 equals 20. Now I'm going to teach you a little trick. Whenever you look at the equals sign in an algebra sum, it's a little bit like a bridge. And you can move numbers from one side to the other side of the bridge, but when you do, you've got to change the way in which the number was operating, and you reverse it actually. So here we've got minus 12. So you can take it over the bridge, but over the bridge it must become plus 12. So then you can say that it has now become 32. So we now have 8y equals 32. Now 8y really means 8 times y. So interestingly, if you decide to take 8 across the bridge, then what will happen is on this side, it's actually timesing the y. So when you take it over the bridge, it's going to actually become a divider. So basically what's happening here is 32 divided by 8 equals 4. So what we've kind of discovered is that y is left over here, and on this side we've got 4. And so actually we've discovered what y equals. Y equals 4. And we found that out by walking numbers over the bridge, and as we did so, we reversed what they were doing. If they were minusing on one side, they plus on the other side of the bridge. If they were timesing on one side, on the other side of the bridge, they divided. In this sum, we're going to solve for x. We are going to find out what x equals. And we can remember that when we take a number over the bridge, it actually has to change and do the opposite of what it was doing on the first side of the bridge. So here we've got multiplied by 5, and we're going to take it across the bridge here, and so on this side it's actually going to become divided by 5. And so 25 divided by 5 equals 5. Well, that's a start. So now this is what we have. X over 5 equals 5. But that still hasn't told us what x actually is. So we're going to have to move this number, 5, down the bottom here over the bridge. And when we take it over the bridge, we're going to reverse what it's doing. So on this side here, it's actually dividing. So when we take it over the bridge, we're going to have it turning into a multiplier. So now what we have is on one side we've got 25, and on the other side we've got x. So now we actually know that x equals 25. Sometimes when you do an algebra sum, there are lots and lots of numbers strung together, and it's really hard to work out which bits of the sum to do first. And so we've got a very clever word called BODMAS that actually tells us which bits of the sum to do in which order. So the first thing is that when you look at a long sum, first of all do all the bits that are in the brackets. First of all do that. Then, if you've got any other bits of the question that are either square roots or numbers that are squared or thirded up to the power of 3, those numbers are called order numbers. Do them next. Then, if you've got any division or multiplying, do them. And finally, if you've got any addition or subtraction, do them last.